My name is Laura Richardson, and today I'll start by telling you about Walt Disney's journey to creating the happiest place on earth. Then I'll tell you about why he wanted to create such large parks, and finally I'll tell you about all the parks around the world. Walter Elias Disney was born on December 1st, 1901 in Chicago, Illinois. Throughout high school, he had always been interested in art and photography, which is what led him to a career in animation. When he was 18 years old, he began working at his first animation studio to get his foot in the door. A few years later, he moved on to the Kansas City Film Ad Company, illustrating commercials for them using cutout animations. While doing this, he also began working with the camera, which is what led him to open his own animation studio. Biography.com helped me find these facts about Walt Disney's history. Despite what many people believe, Walt Disney was not always extremely successful. After purchasing his own studio, Disney created Alice in Cartoonland, his first famous animation. However, in 1923, Disney encountered a major setback and had no choice but to file for bankruptcy. Following the bankruptcy, Disney and his brother Roy moved to Hollywood with hopes of pursuing an even bigger dream. In Hollywood, the brothers created the Disney Brothers Studio and worked to get their Alice cartoons published in New York. Shortly after, Mickey Mouse was created and became an instant sensation around the world, according to the Journal of American History. Walt Disney was not always successful like many people believe, but he never gave up and eventually his dreams started to become a reality. Once he knew his animations were a big hit, he wanted to make them more than just movies, which leads me to the development of Disneyland. According to Main Street USA, Walt Disney had always dreamt of a magical place. He wanted to create a place where families could go to have fun together and also feel safe while doing so. Walt's original plan was to create a theme park on 8 acres of land near his studio. However, he quickly realized 8 acres was not going to be nearly enough space. He then purchased 160 acres of land in Anaheim, California, where Disneyland was soon to be built. Only 1 year and $17 million later, Disneyland opened with only 18 attractions and tickets were $1 each, whereas today they're close to $100 each. Today, Disneyland has a total of 58 attractions. According to Anthropology Quarterly, in the early 1960s, Walt began envisioning an even bigger Disney park. In 1964, he purchased 27,000 acres of land in Lake Buena Vista, Florida, for what would soon be the Disney World Resort. Unfortunately, Walt passed away in 1966 from lung cancer, so he was not able to see the completed resort. Walt's brother continued pursuing his dream of the happiest place on earth, and in 1971, the park opened. Walt Disney had ambitious dreams. He was extremely thorough when designing the layout of his park so that his customers would enjoy every minute of their time at the happiest place on earth. Now, finally, I want to give you an overview of all the Disney parks around the world. Although Walt Disney was not able to see the grand opening of Walt Disney World, his brother was sure to keep his dreams alive. Today, there are a total of 7 Disney parks around the world. The 7 parks around the world are Disneyland Resort in California, Walt Disney World Resort in Florida, Tokyo Disneyland, Disneyland Paris, Shanghai Disneyland, Hong Kong Disneyland, and Aulani Disneyland, a resort and spa in Hawaii. According to Jonathan Watts from The Guardian, recently on June 16, 2016, the Shanghai Disney Resort opened their gates for the very first time with a very successful opening day. Also, in 1998, the first ever Disney cruise set sail from Port Canaveral, Florida. They now have a total of 4 cruise ships that travel all around the world. Although each park has the same Disney theme, they are all very unique due to their cultures and languages. Nonetheless, they're all similar and very family-friendly. So let's review. I've educated you on Walt Disney's background before he was successful. Then I helped you understand why he wanted to create such large theme parks all over the world. And lastly, I informed you about all 7 of the successful parks in his name. Anytime you're remembering Walt Disney or trying to educate someone else about the history of his theme parks, always remember, it all started with the mouse. Whether you are a child, a teenager, or an adult, going to any Disney theme park will be a memorable experience and everybody should attend at least one time in their life.